Hi, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Brent Dodge, and I have with me Leah Versteegen, a physical therapist at Alpine Physical Therapy, who's joined us today to talk about the topic of sports nutrition. Leah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Brent.
You know, I just wondered, I don't know a lot of physical therapists that have a background in sports nutrition, and I'm wondering for our watching audience, how did you get started in getting an interest in sports nutrition?
Well, Brent, I guess there's a variety of paths that you can take to get into sport nutrition. Personally, before becoming a physical therapist, I spent 2 years at the University of Montana pursuing a master's degree in exercise physiology, which is in their Health and Human Performance department. In that training, we did a lot of research, a lot of coursework on how to best prepare your body from the inside out for sport and then recovering from sport to optimize your performance as an athlete.
Do you find as a physical therapist that as you're working with athletes, that you get a good opportunity to share that kind of information with them?
Probably not as often as I would like, but anytime I have an athlete walk through the door particularly, and even with just the general public, I will discuss with them the benefits of nutrition, not only because it helps them heal faster, which has been proven through a lot of research that adequate nutrition, adequate hydration is very important for the healing process, but it can also help them improve their sport, improve their lifestyle.
You know, it seems to me that when I look at nutrition, I get overwhelmed with the volume of information, the sheer volume. Where do you start with the sport nutrition concept with people?
You're right, Brent. The marketing out there for nutrition, nutritional supplements, there's just so much of it. The best place to start is to buy yourself a 99-cent notebook, take a pen out, write down everything that you eat for 1 week. This is called a food journal. If you can keep a food journal for 1 week, then you can come in. If you are a patient already, bring your food journal in. I can sit down and discuss it with you. Other options, other routes you can take are to seek advice from a nutritionist. Or you could try to filter through the information online, but I really recommend seeking somebody for person-to-person information.
Oh, that just makes so much sense. I mean, the idea that there's that much information, we're bombarded with it by the media as well. It sounds to me like you may have a different plan for each athlete. I mean, that it may have some variability as to what you prescribe.
Definitely. Everybody is different physiologically. Every sport is very different as well. Not only the sport itself, but the time of year that sport takes place. So, for example, in the summer when it's drier, when it's hotter out, you think, oh, I definitely need to hydrate. Your body reminds you in the heat that you need to hydrate. What people don't realize is in the wintertime, when it gets cold, especially here in Montana, our thirst mechanism gets down-regulated a little bit. We don't think we have to drink as much water, and dehydration becomes a major issue with winter sports. Within sports themselves, there are 3 main nutrients, food groups, I guess you could say, for the general public, that you think about for sport performance. There's your fats, your carbohydrates, and your proteins. Making sure you have the proper balance of those, both pre and post sport, is very, very important, depending on your individual competition.
So what does a person expect? You know, he or she is coming, they've been an athlete, they've maybe had an injury, you get an opportunity to work with them on the whole sports nutrition side. Once you've made that prescription, how do you follow up with those people and where do they go from there?
Anytime I have a patient in here, like we discussed, who is an athlete recovering from an injury, and I go through and discuss with them the importance of the timing and the percentage of their diet that should be consumed by a carbohydrate versus a fat versus a protein. They then go and try to find the foods that match those needs for them. Once they're discharged from physical therapy, my plan is to always follow up with them, usually by a phone call, but I also give them my card and my phone number here at Alpine and make sure that they know they can come back in and discuss with me any questions that they have regarding sport nutrition, regarding their long-term recovery and return to their competition.
You know, I'm wondering, how would somebody from our viewing audience know that he or she needs your guidance from a sport nutrition standpoint? What are they thinking? What do they need to be considering?
If they don't know, so if they have gone about eating the same foods they feel muscle cramps, they feel like they fatigue quickly, or if they just don't feel that their body is meeting its potential. They think that they should be able to go faster or go longer with their runs. That's the person who needs to come in and speak with a nutritionist. They don't have a specific injury, but their body often feels off balance, or you get the symptoms like chronic cramping or headaches is a big sign of dehydration. Simple symptoms like those.
You know, I'm just excited. There's the nutritional aspect, but in our discussion, now we're talking in the realm of sports nutrition. And it's just exciting to know that there's resources out there for people to access, which they can do here at Alpine Physical Therapy. I'd like to say a special thanks to Leah Versteegen for being with us today. And right now we're going to go to the tip of the day.
Today's tip of the day for sport nutrition. Most athletes know that they need to fuel up before their match or their workout, but it's equally as important to rebuild your muscle and refuel your body after your workout. In the 1 hour period immediately following your sport or your exercise program, make sure that you fuel up with a carbohydrate and protein combination to rebuild your muscles and prepare you for your next game.
I'd like to say a special thanks to Leah Versteegen, physical therapist here at Alpine Physical Therapy, for her information on the topic of sports nutrition. For more information, you can call our South Clinic here at the Peak Health and Wellness Center and ask for Leah in regard to sports nutrition. Our number here, 251-2323.